Early civilizations, including African civilizations, were around waterways. In those civilizations, being in the water, whether it was fishing or pearl diving, that's how they supported their families. So now you fast forward into slavery, the transatlantic slave trade. Our people were taken from those civilizations against their will, and they were put on ships and they were brought to foreign countries, and then they were forced as property to work as enslaved people. And what happened was, now these civilizations are in the new country are still around waterways. So for a good amount of people, they were seen as a means of escape. And what happens when the slave owners would then see their property attempting to escape? They were punished severely. So the psychological new course in everyone's mind was, don't go around the water. Imagine a mother of the children in this new space, knowing that she knows how to swim, but unfortunately they witnessed someone being severely punished, most of the time by death, going near the waterway. What would you tell your child? Don't go near the water. Do not do that, as a form of survival. So that broke the cycle for our people. Then you fast forward into segregation, where the access was denied, where you had municipal pools in major cities. Now they were whites only. Then you institute Jim Crow laws, and then even desegregation from an HBCU perspective started to really hurt how many black people were able to swim at the collegiate level, because there was a limited amount that are already choosing HBCUs as a pathway to education and being able to swim and compete at that institution. But now you're able to take that very small pool of people, and now they have access to anywhere. That's why we started to see so many HBCUs cutting their programs.
Nick Askew, the current head coach of the Howard University swim and dive team, has sparked renewed interest in swimming within the college world and the Black community. The Howard University Swim and Dive program is the last remaining HBCU D1 program of its kind.
I'm Christina Vortia. I am the Chief Librarian of the Library Division of the Moreland Spingarn Research Center. I work to preserve and conserve the history of the global Black diaspora here at the Moreland Spingarn Research Center. So I was able to find information about the swim team in the Howard University archives. They really hold the institutional memory, and it really is the Hilltop, the yearbook, and the Academy Herald that really tell the story of the swim team over time. The program really developed in 1927 when Coach Clarence Pendleton joined the Howard University faculty, and he was a swimmer, a gymnast. He did a lot of different things, but he led the first intramural meets that were happening on campus. It was so popular and well received that in 1928, they made it a varsity letter swim team, an official, and the rest is history.
The Howard program has proven to be an essential platform for the world's top Black swimmers. Since its founding, the program has achieved championships, and swimmers have participated in the Olympics. However, success doesn't always come easily.
Before I even took the position, I was the biggest advocate for Cut the Program. I was very upset with the administration and the department because I didn't think that they were supporting the team enough, and I was tired of swimmers coming in and divers coming in thinking they were gonna have a chance to get better and develop and have, you know, this 4 years of great swimming opportunity. And I was like, cut it. And then I guess I spoke so loud that they took notice, and they were like, okay, well, you fix it, big mouth.
Everybody here is contributing in different ways. Do not feel discouraged by anything. All right? Let's go.
Keep your heart as you jump, you can hit up my rumble. Keep your heart as you jump, you can hit up my rumble.
After 15 years of winlessness, 34 years of not having won a championship, we finally were able to break through and win our first conference championship, which was a huge, huge, huge accomplishment. You know, it goes all the way back to 1989 was the time prior to that happening. So you can just imagine how long that was.
You know, the team's going crazy because they, you know, the name was called last. That's the goal, and being the conference champions, and you know, then getting the trophy, celebrating in our special way. You know, they didn't have a DJ at the conference championship, but the announcer is very familiar with us. He knew exactly what to play. He turned on what has become kind of our signature song after meets. And, you know, everybody got together, and it was the most amazing swag surf ever.
The HU swim team aims to achieve success both in and outside of the pool. But more importantly, it strives to develop future swimmers.
There are a lot of things that are super important to this program as a whole. We're not just in it to touch the wall first or to break records. We're in it for the betterment of our community.
When we see these kids today, it's such a privilege because they're getting exposure. The one thing that we didn't get in our time was exposure. There were so few black swim teams. There were so few programs where the interest was about how to successfully achieve or swim at the collegiate level. You know, Howard University is the only historically black college and university with a swim and diving program.
I don't think there's enough representation, and the only representation there mostly is that black people can't swim, which is definitely not true because we have this camp, we have this team at Howard, so obviously it's not true. It's just I think people are focusing on the wrong things.
There's no one size fits all. Everyone can do something. I think some of the low hanging fruit is, number one, everybody in the community has to learn how to swim. Swimming is a life skill. You don't want to put yourself in a space where you're fearful around the water, or you're not able to save yourself in the water if something happens. A lot of that starts with the parents. Statistics show that if a parent knows how to swim, then their children are more likely to know how to swim. And the exact opposite. If your parents don't know how to swim, then your children are less likely to know how to swim, and therefore more prone to drowning. And that's something we can prevent. We have to continue to support measures that are going to get our black and brown community into the water. We have to continue to commit to break the cycle. We have to continue to commit to dispel the myth that black people don't swim.
Discrediting misconceptions, preserving a legacy, and paving the way for future generations, the Howard University Swim and Dive program consistently achieves success academically, in the community, and in the pool.